Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a fairly common fault code that can pop up on your OBD-II scanner, P0056. This code specifically relates to the Lambda sensor, also known as the oxygen sensor, and indicates a problem with its heating control circuit. Now, the Lambda sensor plays a crucial role in your car's emissions system. It measures the amount of oxygen in the exhaust gases and sends this information to the engine control unit, ECU. The ECU then uses this data to adjust the air-fuel mixture, ensuring optimal combustion and minimizing harmful emissions. The line 2 part of the code tells us that the issue is with the second Lambda sensor, which is typically located after the catalytic converter. And the heating control circuit failure part indicates that there's a problem with the electrical circuit that controls the sensor's heater. This heater is essential for the sensor to function properly, especially during cold starts. When the engine is cold, the exhaust gases are not hot enough to activate the sensor. So, the heater kicks in to bring the sensor up to operating temperature quickly. If the heating control circuit fails, the sensor won't be able to function properly, leading to inaccurate readings and potentially causing the engine to run rich or lean. This can result in increased emissions, reduced fuel economy, and even damage to the catalytic converter. In this video, we'll delve deeper into the P0056 fault code, exploring its causes, symptoms, and potential solutions. We'll also discuss how to diagnose the problem and what steps you can take to fix it. So, if you're seeing the P0056 code on your scanner, or if you're experiencing any related symptoms, stick around and let's get to the bottom of it. The fault code P0056 indicates a problem with the heating control circuit for the oxygen sensor located on the second exhaust bank, line 2. This sensor is responsible for measuring the amount of oxygen in the exhaust gases and sending this information to the engine control unit, ECU. The heating element helps the sensor reach its operating temperature quickly, which is crucial for accurate readings. Several potential causes can trigger the P0056 code. Faulty oxygen sensor. The sensor itself could be malfunctioning, leading to inaccurate readings or complete failure. Damaged wiring or connectors. Damaged or corroded wiring or loose connections can disrupt the signal between the sensor and the ECU. Faulty heater circuit. The heating element within the sensor could be malfunctioning, preventing it from reaching its operating temperature. ECU malfunction. In rare cases, the ECU itself could be faulty, causing it to misinterpret the sensor readings or malfunctioning in controlling the heating circuit. The symptoms of the P0056 code can vary depending on the severity of the problem. Some common symptoms include illuminated check engine light. This is the most common symptom, indicating a problem with the engine control system. Reduced fuel efficiency. The inaccurate readings from the faulty sensor can lead to the engine running rich, which can decrease fuel economy. Poor engine performance. The engine may hesitate or stumble during acceleration due to the incorrect air-fuel mixture. Increased emissions. The faulty sensor can lead to higher emissions of pollutants, such as carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons. Diagnosing the P0056 code requires a systematic approach to identify the root cause of the problem. Here are some steps to follow. Read the fault codes. Use an OBD-II scanner to retrieve the fault code stored in the ECU. This will help confirm the P0056 code and identify any other related codes. Inspect the wiring and connectors. Visually inspect the wiring and connectors for any signs of damage, corrosion, or loose connections. Pay particular attention to the wiring harness near the exhaust system, as it is exposed to high temperatures. Test the oxygen sensor. Use a multimeter to test the resistance of the oxygen sensor heating element. The resistance should be within the manufacturer's specifications. Check the heater circuit. Use a multimeter to check for voltage and continuity in the heater circuit. The voltage should be within the specified range, and there should be no breaks in the circuit. Consult a repair manual. Refer to a repair manual for your specific vehicle to identify the correct testing procedures and specifications. For the oxygen sensor and heater circuit, the repair for the P0056 code depends on the underlying cause of the problem. Here are some possible solutions. Replace the oxygen sensor. If the sensor is faulty, it will need to be replaced with a new one. Repair or replace damaged wiring. If the wiring or connectors are damaged, they will need to be repaired or replaced. Repair the heater circuit. If the heater circuit is faulty, the problem could be a blown fuse, a faulty relay, or a broken wire. The faulty component will need to be repaired or replaced. Update the ECU software. In some cases, a software update for the ECU may be necessary to fix the problem. The P0056 code indicates a problem with the heating control circuit for the oxygen sensor on the second exhaust bank, line 2. This can lead to various symptoms, including an illuminated check engine light, reduced fuel efficiency, poor engine performance, and increased emissions. Diagnosing and fixing the problem requires a systematic approach to identify the root cause and implement the appropriate repair. Locate the oxygen sensor. The sensor is typically located on the exhaust manifold, after the catalytic converter. Consult your vehicle's repair manual for the exact location. Inspect the wiring harness. Look for any damage or corrosion to the wiring harness that connects to the oxygen sensor. Pay close attention to the connector for loose or damaged pins. Test the heater circuit. Use a multimeter to measure the resistance of the heater element in the oxygen sensor. The resistance should be within the manufacturer's specifications, which can be found in the repair manual. Check the fuse. The oxygen sensor heater circuit may be protected by a fuse. Check the fuse box and replace any blown fuses. Disconnect the battery. Before working on the electrical system, it's important to disconnect the negative battery terminal. Remove the old sensor. Use a wrench to loosen the sensor and carefully remove it from the exhaust manifold. Install the new sensor. Apply anti-seize compound to the threads of the new sensor and carefully screw it into the exhaust manifold. Tighten it to the manufacturer's specifications. Reconnect the battery. Reconnect the negative battery terminal. Connect a scan tool. Use a scan tool to connect to the vehicle's onboard diagnostic, OBD-II port. Clear the code. Select the option to clear the P0056 code from the scan tool. Start the engine. Start the engine and let it run for a few minutes. Retest the system. Use the scan tool to check if the code has returned. If it has, there may be another underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Take the vehicle for a test drive. Drive the vehicle under various conditions, such as city driving and highway driving. Monitor the oxygen sensor readings. Use the scan tool to monitor the oxygen sensor readings during the test drive. The readings should fluctuate between rich and lean as the engine operates. Check for the code. After the test drive, use the scan tool to check if the P0056 code has returned. If it has not, the repair may have been successful. The following codes may be associated with P0056, P0057, Lambda Sensor 2 Line 2, Heating Control Circuit Low. P0058, Lambda Sensor 2 Line 2, Heating Control Circuit High. P0135, Oxygen Sensor Heater Circuit Malfunction, Bank 1, Sensor 1. P0136, Oxygen Sensor Heater Circuit Malfunction, Bank 1, Sensor 2. Yes, it is possible to fix the P0056 code yourself if you have the necessary tools and knowledge. However, if you are not comfortable working on your vehicle's electrical system, it is best to take it to a qualified mechanic. The best way to prevent the P0056 code from triggering is to maintain your vehicle properly. This includes regular oil changes, tune-ups, and inspections. You should also use high-quality fuel and avoid using additives that can damage the oxygen sensor. The cost to fix the P0056 code will vary depending on the cause of the problem. If the problem is a faulty oxygen sensor, the cost of the repair will be around $200 to $300. If the problem is a wiring issue, the cost of the repair could be higher. The P0056 code is a common problem that can be caused by a variety of factors. By following the steps outlined in this video, you can diagnose and repair the problem yourself. If you are not comfortable working on your vehicle's electrical system, it is best to take it to a qualified mechanic.